taco and biryani. At el pescado loco. Best taco in town, in my opinion. So small. Okay, first morning at the hotel in San Jose. Let me have a little more light in this room. And I arrived yesterday. Not that one. The struggle is real. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to go down for breakfast. And listen, I was thinking, oh, should I do one of those videos where you show the hotel room, you show this and that, you show when you arrive? I don't know how vloggers do it. Yesterday I arrived at the hotel and I was so beat. And it's like the last 6 months worth of tired, of all the energy I exerted. And even though I found my own ways to replenish my own energy, but it's like everything I've experienced yesterday when I arrived at the hotel, and it's like, okay, now I'm in this transition phase, going back to Canada. My body was like, girl, let's go for a nap, okay? Let's go for a nap, eat a little snack, go for a nap. Watch a movie, talk to your boo, talk to your family, talk to your friends. And like my desire was to do nothing, and so I honored that. But today maybe I'll show a few things, but man, I am walking around with the camera and like, hi everyone, look at this, look at that. How do vloggers do it? Because I'm like, man, why would I do all that? Are people really interested in seeing all that? Well, I guess yes, because I also watch some vlogs where, oh, that looks like a nice hotel, that looks like a nice place to go to check out. But anyways, I'll show you the view though. So this is my view. And yesterday, oh my God, last night, it rained so hard. It was wonderful. And I took a moment, I stayed here and I just watched the rain pour. It was so soothing. And maybe I'll touch on that later in this video, but all right, let's go for breakfast. So, I just came back, well, actually a while ago, I came back from my breakfast. It was so delicious. The coffee. I am digesting the last 6 months of my life. I've loved my stay here. I'm so grateful to Costa, and it was nowhere on my radar at all. Like when I say at all, people have told me about Costa before. I have friends who've been. Costa is definitely one of those countries where people love to go on retreats or host retreats. Kind of like Bali, it's one of those countries that when you say yoga and yoga travel, they are in the top 3 or 4, Costa Rica, Bali, etc. It was not in my plans at all for whatever reason. I was like, okay, cool, Costa, but it happened, and I'm so happy it did, because it definitely answered some very important executive questions that I had in my spirit in regards to what I wanted to do next with my yoga career. Because years ago, I've worked in yoga retreat places, I've spent time in yoga retreat places in different areas, in Hawaii, in Jamaica, and I was enchanted, if you will. And that's even before becoming a yoga teacher, okay? And I always thought to myself, I would love to have a place like this, to run and operate a space where people can come and heal and dive within and learn about holistic wellness, yoga, and go on adventures, discover, a new area that's outside of their home. And within that that container of wellness. And that was my intention when I came here. Well, even before I came here, that was my intention at the basics, not knowing where or how, but it showed up here in Costa. And I must say, throughout the 6 months, I've realized what's one of the most important things is to be true to yourself, how you are at this very moment, because that truth can shift. And while there was a time in my life where my truth was, okay, I want to rent a space like this, and my intention before coming here was, okay, well, now I'm ready to go explore the next step, and before I jump in, make it happen, I would love to experience it first. I think I spoke about it in a recent video about, you want to date whatever it is that you desire to make happen. So I came here and I dated that possibility of what if, one day I have a space like this, and even though I have my own vision, now I'm experiencing it from under someone else or other people's umbrella, because that's their space and it's their vision, and I'm here to experience it as they've established it, which is okay because it's been like that, right? In the other places I've been, it's not my space, it's your space, and this is how you set it up. And from there I get inspired of, oh, I love this concept, I love this idea, oh, I never thought of that, oh, that's great, okay, let me keep that in mind, taking notes, like, oh, that's a nice concept, okay. But there's also some things where I was like, oh, I would do this different, I would do that different, or I would not do that at all, and coming here on this trip, I feel like the main difference is I experienced it from an inner space of, okay, is this my next step? Whereas before, I was just flirting with it. Now I was like, okay, I'm dating it. Like we go together right now, so let's see if we go together in the future. There's a little more quote unquote seriousness to it. It's more like, okay, let's see if this really is, do we truly go together? And without putting a negative connotation on the experience itself, because you have to respect people and where they're at and what they do and in their own lane. I realized through this experience that, wait a minute, with things that have happened in the past couple of years in my life and how I started envisioning, okay, tracing my path and, okay, well, I want to go in this direction. I realized there was a form of a split, some kind of split where I had this old former vision of, okay, a yoga retreat space somewhere in the tropics, but at the same time that was under an undercurrent, on top of it was something else that was starting to build itself, which is more aligned with one of my core values for my life. And one of those core values is complete freedom. That's always been one of my core values. I need to be free in every way, shape, manner possible. Financially free, location free. I know where I want a home, but I have to be able to come and go as I please. I need to experience full freedom in that sense. And with that in mind, doing what I did here, I realized, well, Carol, you know that if you do that, you will not necessarily be able to experience freedom as you want, but which is okay, because sometimes when you find something that's truly in your heart's, your heart's calling, you will find freedom within that, even if it means you have to stay put for a hot minute, and it'll make you happy. It's like people who, let's go to some type of extreme example here, someone who's like, I'm gonna be a bachelor or bachelorette for life, and then they meet someone that, oops, oh, this chair is coming undone. Well, damn.
Let's hope I don't fall during this video. Fall off this chair. But let's say somebody was like, yeah, I don't want to be married, I don't want kids, I don't want nothing to tie me down. And then they meet someone that, oh my God, it's the love of their life. And they get married and they have children, and they never thought that would happen for them, because either way that was not in their intentions. But once they found the right person, it was just natural. It naturally unfolded and they're very happy with it. So this could be one of those cases where I realized, you know what, I'm not sure I want that anymore. Matter of fact, I'm almost ready to say that ain't it. Right now, it doesn't feel right, but who knows, in the future, it just might happen and it'll be the right time, the right space. I'll have the right team, and it'll make perfect sense, and I'll feel like, okay, yes, this is it now. But at this very moment, this experience allowed me to really realize, okay, no, I'm not ready to commit to all that comes with this. And with that, it also became clear to me, well, what is it that I truly desire to do at this very moment? Because, okay, it's not that great, but so then what is it? And once the light was shed on that, then it all made perfect sense. It made perfect sense, and it's aligned with what I desire to do next. And again, it might change in the future, but for now, this is what feels right. And it feels so right that I easily embody the version of myself who's taking those steps in that direction, more so than the version of myself who would take the steps to doing that other thing of setting up a yoga retreat space somewhere on the planet. And once you see and you realize how much, with how much ease it comes to just align with this new direction, or with the former direction, or with what you already had in mind, the minute you feel that it comes with absolute ease, to me, that's a sign, it's a signal that, okay, yes, this is the path to follow, because it feels right within you, and you know when it feels right. You just know, it's inexplicable. You just know for a fact, yes, this is the next thing for me to pursue. So all this to say, sorry, I'm looking outside because I enjoy the view, but all this to say, sometimes give yourself the chance to experience things that are calling you, that you're inspired by, and give yourself the chance to also realize that, hey, you know what, now that I tasted it, I'm not sure that's exactly what I want, because we can idealize things, we can romanticize them in our heads, and oh, it would be nice to experience this or that. And then when you do, you're like, oh, wait a minute, no. Like it's easy to experience it in my head, but then once it materializes, you're like, oh crap, that's not, no. It was nice in my head, but in real, in the reality, in the 3D reality, no, it's not, I don't want it. I don't want it. And that's okay. It's okay to, and I think that's necessary even to experience things so that you know for a fact that no, I don't want that. The no's are as necessary as the yeses, because the no's allow you to know that, okay, well, I'm not going in that direction. I've tried it, and I know for a fact, every bone in my body said, no, this ain't it. Maybe this is not it right now, maybe in the future, but at this very moment, it's a no. So that means there's another yes that I have to like really dive into within myself and realize it and pursue it and follow through with it and embody it, so I can magnetize it, and once again have that experience and see, okay, do I continue in this path? And there's nothing lost along the way. Let's always keep that in mind. With everything that you do, everything that you try, everything that you experience, there are nuggets of gold there for you. It could be knowing for a fact that no, this is not what I want to do. It could be learning some skills. It could be making some contacts, like networking and connecting with people who might be some key players for a future project, for future endeavors. There is never nothing lost. Like when I think back on my days working in offices for the health department, I've learned so many organizational skills and how to manage all the admin stuff for my own life, for my own work. I use these same skills when I manage like my yoga career, and maybe I would have figured them out by myself, but once it was time to apply them for my yoga career, it was very easy, you know, because I've done it for so many years that it was easy for me to just set everything up for myself and get things moving. So there's always nuggets of gold, and find those nuggets and take them with you to the next step. And so with my experience here, I found my nuggets of gold, and I've realized, okay, what's coming with me. And I've also learned new boundaries to set when working with people or working in different spaces, boundaries to set with other people and boundaries that I set for myself that are non-negotiables, and I will take that with me in my next adventures. So to bring all of this home, take action on things that you are curious about, that you're interested in, and even the things that you romanticize in your head. And you think, oh, this would be awesome. Dip your toes in it. Go see, go find out, date it, flirt with it, date with it, and see like, oh, is this really a thing? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And if it isn't, then oh, that's great. Take your nuggets of gold and then keep it pushing until the next thing. I watched this video of this young lady who romanticized the digital nomad life, and she did it for 2 weeks. And within those 2 weeks, she realized, nah, I don't want this. And yet she's been wanting it for a while. She's been seeing it online. She's like, oh, I want to live that life like these people, and just travel and work online. And when she tried it for 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, she found out, this ain't it. And that's great. That's great. So now you know for sure. You're not going to live your life with regret that, man, I should have did that. And who knows? Well, no, now you know. So do move forward with what you desire to experience, and you'll know for sure if that's your path. They'll come with ease, they'll be effortless, but in that ease and effortlessness, you also have to take action, right? But it won't be action to take that, oh fuck, I don't want to do this shit, It'll be like, let's do it. You're energized to do it because you desire it, you want it, it's in your heart, and it's like, yes. So do it, pursue it. Or, from a feminine energy standpoint, embody it and magnetize it in your life. Dip your toes in the water and see and know for yourself. And if anything, it just adds more color and more flavor, more texture to your life story. When you leave this planet, you'll be like, yep, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And, you're not leaving with a gray, I don't know, like a sheet where we can review life and it's just a gray piece of paper. Like, yo, how come there's no color on this? No, you brought color onto your life. So yeah, okay, this video is long, so I will wrap it up right here. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, and I think next video will probably be back in Canada. I look forward to making a lot of content for you, different types of content. I'm mostly focused on yoga practices that I want to share with you online. So stay tuned for that. There'll be more videos like this where I just chit chat. If it's your vibe, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and like this video if it resonated with you, okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. On this note, I'll let you go and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
So these are some images from the drive back to San Jose from Dominical. And while this portion of the video is playing, I would just like to take a moment to give thanks to Costa Rica for welcoming me into its arms, its loving arms. And I'm so grateful for that experience. I'm grateful, first of all, to all the people that I've met. Costa Ricans, or ticos and ticas, are high vibe people, at least as far as the ones that I've met and connected with. I met so many high vibe people over there. I had so much fun, and even with the pleasant and less pleasant moments that I've experienced, which is just, a reality wherever you go. The grass is not greener on the other side, but whatever it is that we experience, we can find things, elements of that experience to be grateful for. And for sure, the people that I've met. Thank you, Costa Rica, for housing me, for feeding me, for offering me heat, for offering me the beach, for offering me beautiful sights, for offering me experiences, for offering me outings that allowed me to see monkeys, to see sloths, to see snakes. And it's just been a wide variety of elements coming together that made this experience so beautiful. So thank you.